Imagine a world where artificial intelligence can create its own training data, eliminating the bottleneck that has held the industry back for years. That's the bold vision behind SynthAI, a startup founded by two ex-Google engineers who saw data scarcity as an untapped opportunity. In just 12 months, they've turned a university research project into a platform that generates high-quality synthetic datasets for any AI model. But how did they get there, and why does it matter for every tech entrepreneur watching? Stay with us as we unpack the story of a company redefining the AI pipeline, one synthetic image at a time. The founders, Maya Patel and Louis Ortega, met during a machine learning hackathon in 2021. Both had spent years fine-tuning models for Fortune 500 companies, only to hit the same wall. Acquiring clean, diverse data was costly, time-consuming, and riddled with privacy concerns. Their combined expertise in generative adversarial networks and data governance sparked the idea. What if an AI could generate realistic, labeled data on demand? Fueled by sleepless nights, countless coffee cups, and a modest seed fund from a university incubator, they built the first prototype of SynthAI in a cramped garage, proving that synthetic data could match real-world performance. The core problem they tackled was simple yet profound. Most AI projects stall because of insufficient training data, especially in regulated fields like healthcare and finance. Traditional data collection is plagued by privacy laws, labeling costs, and inherent bias. SynthAI's solution, a generative engine that creates photorealistic, fully annotated datasets while embedding ethical safeguards. Early tests showed a 30% reduction in model training time and a 15% boost in accuracy compared to models trained on limited real data. The numbers spoke loudly. Synthetic data wasn't just a stopgap, it was a competitive advantage. Bootstrapping a deep tech startup is rarely glamorous. Runway's founders poured personal savings, sold a few vintage guitars, and took on freelance gigs to fund their GPU clusters. They rented a co-working space, set up rows of NVIDIA A100 cards, and worked 80-hour weeks to iterate on the model. Their early demo, an AI-generated clip of a dancing robot, went viral on a niche Reddit community, garnering 12,000 upvotes and catching the eye of a few angel investors. By the end of the first year, Runway had secured a modest $2 million seed round, allowing them to hire a small team of engineers, data scientists, and product designers. This infusion of capital turned the garage prototype into a fledgling company with a real product roadmap. With a working prototype and early traction, Runway entered its Series A round in early 2022. They pitched to top venture firms, highlighting three key metrics: 4x month-over-month user growth, a 92% satisfaction rate among beta testers, and a $150 million addressable market for AI-generated media. The pitch deck emphasized a dual-track strategy, enterprise licensing for large studios and a self-serve SaaS model for creators. The round closed at $30 million, led by Andreessen Horowitz and Sequoia, giving Runway the runway to scale infrastructure, hire talent, and accelerate product development. This capital injection also validated the market belief that generative video would become a cornerstone of digital content. The real technical marvel arrived with the integration of conditional generative adversarial networks, allowing users to specify exact attributes, age, ethnicity, lighting conditions, when creating data. This level of control meant that developers could now generate balanced datasets on demand, directly addressing bias at its source. Benchmarks released in Q2 2024 showed SynthAI's datasets achieving parity with real-world collections across 5 major computer vision benchmarks, while cutting labeling costs by 80%. The startup's engineering blog detailed how they achieved a 0.98 Frachet inception distance, a gold standard for realism, proving that synthetic data can be indistinguishable from the real thing. Scaling such compute-intensive models wasn't without challenges. Generating billions of images required massive GPU clusters, and early cost analyses threatened profitability. The team responded by pioneering a hybrid cloud on-prem solution, leveraging spot instances and custom inference optimizations to slash expenses by 45%. They also introduced a token-based pricing model, letting customers pay only for the data they generate, which resonated strongly with startups on tight budgets. These strategic moves transformed a potential roadblock into a competitive moat, demonstrating that smart engineering and business acumen go hand in hand in AI entrepreneurship. Ethics became a cornerstone of SynthAI's roadmap. To prevent misuse, the platform embeds a compliance engine that flags potentially harmful content and enforces data provenance logs. An independent ethics board reviews algorithmic updates quarterly, ensuring alignment with global standards like GDPR and the AI Act. This proactive stance not only builds trust with enterprise clients, but also positions SynthAI as a role model for responsible AI. In a recent partnership with a major hospital network, the ethical safeguards were cited as the decisive factor for adopting synthetic patient data, unlocking research that would have otherwise been impossible due to privacy constraints. Market traction accelerated in late 2024. Major tech players, Google Cloud, NVIDIA, and a leading autonomous driving firm, signed multi-year agreements to integrate SynthAI's API into their pipelines. Within 6 months, the platform processed over 2.5 billion synthetic samples, saving clients an estimated $120 million in data acquisition costs. Customer testimonials highlighted faster time to market, reduced bias, and the ability to test edge cases that never occurred in real data. This validation loop reinforced the startup's growth narrative. Synthetic data is not a niche experiment. It's becoming a foundational layer for AI development. Beyond cost savings, the impact on fairness is profound. Independent audits revealed that models trained with SynthAI's balanced datasets reduced demographic disparity scores by 40% compared to those trained on conventional data. In healthcare diagnostics, this translated to more equitable disease detection across underrepresented groups. Such outcomes underscore a larger truth. When startups prioritize ethical data generation, they not only build better products but also advance societal good. SynthAI's story illustrates how solving a technical bottleneck can ripple outward, reshaping industry standards and public trust. Looking ahead, SynthAI aims to democratize AI development even further. Their roadmap includes a low-code interface for non-technical creators, expanding synthetic data into audio, text, and multimodal domains. By 2026, they envision a global marketplace where data generators and model builders collaborate seamlessly, accelerating innovation across sectors, from climate modeling to personalized education. For aspiring entrepreneurs, the lesson is clear. Identify a systemic friction point, embed ethics from day one, and iterate fast. Synthetic data is just the beginning. The real breakthrough lies in reimagining how we feed intelligence. So what can you take away from SynthAI's ascent? First, data is the new oil, but synthetic data is the renewable alternative that powers sustainable AI. Second, marrying cutting-edge tech with a strong ethical framework creates trust and market advantage. Finally, bold founders who turn constraints into catalysts can reshape entire ecosystems. If you're inspired, start by mapping the data gaps in your own project, experiment with open-source generative tools, and consider how responsible AI can be your differentiator. Subscribe, share, and let us know which AI startup story you want to explore next. The future of innovation is being written today. Be part of it.